Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, party people of YouTube. Say ho. We're going to raise the roof. Go ahead, Claire, raise it up. She's the awesomest. And yes, that is a word, and it means more awesomer than awesome.
Yep.
And that too is a trademarked phrase.
Yep.
So, Jaton, you are first in the house tonight. How are you doing? Let's see. We got to click on some stuff here, and then we are going to get rocking and rolling for Tech Talk. Hey, JM, how are you? Good evening. I'm glad you guys are here because we got some actual really live cool stuff to talk about. YouTube changes, lots of tips. I have some tips. I hope that some more folks jump on here because I've got some good stuff planned for tonight. Practical stuff that will help your channel. And, well, even if you're not a channeler, which is also, uh, I guess that's technical. XZKT. What's up, guys? Bob. Hey, Robin. Dolphin Man. We've got some real live cool stuff tonight. There's two major YouTube changes that are coming down the pike. Some are going to be absolutely cool. Hey, Tim. What's up, Buttercup? I actually say that all the time, too.
Yeah.
Hey, Mama Cat. So right now we are going to go through a list of stuff and things. Hey, Bizarrizza Jizza. And first thing tonight, we're gonna focus some good time on community settings on your channel, guys. Now, why are we gonna mess with community settings? First of all, whenever you're gonna have a YouTube channel, if you're gonna make any content at all, right? You're going to be risking some of your privacy out there, right? The technical difficulties around here in the. Oh, okay. Well, we'll help you out. Do I need a pen and paper? You probably do. If you plan on having a YouTube channel, we're going to give you some good stuff tonight. Not that we don't usually. We always give you good stuff.
But there's just some extra special stuff tonight.
Oh, the creamy center. Here we go. So, we're talking about community settings. And whenever you have a YouTube channel, you're really, to some degree, you're inviting the general public into a bit of your life. Whether you really want to admit that or not, when you put out videos that you have made, whether they include your family or not, you're kind of drawing a different line, guys. And you're saying, all right, general public, you may come into this part of my life, and you can kind of um, draw those lines, those boundary lines, wherever it is that you feel like are essential and necessary. And that is where these come in. Community settings, guys. We're first going to talk about when you're setting up your channel. Okay, this is absolutely huge. If you're ever going to do live chats, you have to have moderators. There's Bizarrizza. Had my first troll leave a nasty comment tonight. Yeah. Well, and I'm going to tell you how to get rid of a lot of that kind of stuff, guys. Actually, some of the things that we're going to talk about are going to get rid of 80% of your problems. And I kid you not, that is the truth. But first thing, if you're going to do any kind of live chat, or even if you're thinking about it in the future, start trying to find people that you trust, that have similar content to yours, who would understand what you're talking about. And hey, Alabama Gardner, how did your surgery go?
It's good. He did put a video up, and it was very
I didn't see it
wonderful.
yet. Cool. Yeah, whack a troll. That's funny. But bottom line is you need to have folks that you trust that have your best interest in mind, because when you're doing this live chat thing, you can't field every dirty comment or every nasty remark. And so you need to find yourself some people like this. Bam. Look at these guys. So what you do, guys, in your actual community settings, you're going to go in and you're going to add channels that you've talked to, and you're going to say, hey, do you guys mind being a moderator for us? And so if you don't know what that is, I'm sure everybody does, but just very, very quickly, all that is these people have the power to monitor and bounce comments, and they have the power to get rid of people, right? So if somebody jumps on and they're being a troll, Tommy over the Off Grid Nation or Big Bear or Deep South or any of those folks there, they would have the power to say, you're out of there. And they also have the power to just put them in a timeout. So if it's somebody that you know that's actually not being a total jerk, they're just trying to be funny, but maybe you've just kind of had enough for right now, they can put them in a timeout for, was it 100 seconds?
It's 300.
300 seconds. So they have the controls and they'll have your back. So you guys, when you're doing that, you have to pick moderators that you trust because they could completely throw you under the bus.
Yeah.
Now, when you're doing your live chats, those is you can still moderate them. So like if somebody goes haywire and they're one of your moderators, you can still monitor them and you can still bounce their comments and you can still put them in timeout. You have the total Trump power. But that's kind of it when it comes to moderators. Just find people that are similar channel wise to you because they have to understand the topics you're talking about,
Yeah.
or else people might ask things and they might go, oh my gosh, they're asking about blah, when it's really a completely innocent subject. And they may not understand that if you pick somebody who's like, let's say that you're a tech blog and you get somebody who's like a 75-year-old person who doesn't even know how to use their smartphone. They may have topics that come up that really confuse them and make them do bad things to your subscribers.
Yeah.
So you don't want that either.
Will you answer how to set up and actually do a live stream tonight?
Where are we at? Where's that one?
Right there.
We can. Remind me of that, Bizarriz Jizza. We can. I'll try to get to that, okay? I do have some topics I want to get through, and trust me, Bizarriz, the stuff that I'm going to give you tonight is gold. It's gold. And we're actually going to move on to gold number 1. And that is blocked words. Blocked words. All right. So in your community settings, guys, you have the ability to go on and over the course or across your whole channel, across your whole channel, you can put in a bunch of words that you separate by a comma that if anybody puts that word in a chat or if anybody puts that word in a comment, YouTube flags it and sticks it into held for review, or if it's just plain a blocked word and it's a dirty word, you can just say, I don't want to know about it. Don't put it in my chats. Don't put it in my this. Don't put it in my that. And that's pretty standard fare. And actually, it was kind of funny though. I must admit, when I was first sitting down I was like, okay, now what are the words that I really don't want anyone using on the channel? And so, no, being a reasonably aged man, I know a couple humdinger words that don't really want anybody to use in front of children, right? So I'm like, yep. Ooh, I know that one. Ooh, that one's a bad one. That one's really bad. And then I got my list, and I was like, okay, I kind of feel like there's a lot more dirty, bad topic words. I just feel like there are. And so I'm calling my wife in and I'm like, honey, and I explained to her what I'm doing. And she's like, well, did you get this one? And I was like, yeah, I got that one. And we're sitting here trying to brainstorm all of the rotten things that someone might say in your chats or in your comments section. So it was really quite comical. But here is golden thing number 1. And this is absolutely huge, guys. When you have a channel, once again, we're going right back to the beginning. You're allowing the general public into a little bit of your life, but you still have to put up some barriers. You got to put up roadblocks. You got to make sure that people that are crazy are not going to cross the line, right? There are words that shouldn't be used in everyday life. Bob is 100% correct. But guess what? If you're on YouTube, happens all the time. So this is absolutely gold, and that's right here. Put your own last name as a blocked word. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Put your own last name as a blocked word. That way, if you get anybody who's a crazy psycho lunatic person, they could get on and spill your guts to the world. They could be like, Brad so and so is da 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 da, right? And then they can spill your personal information out to everybody, and you don't want that. It's actually happened to us
several times.
Twice.
Yeah.
There was a crazy lady who we thought was okay, and she was fine. And she asked if I could call her sons who were homeschooled, which I thought, okay, I'll call these kids and be an encouragement to them. Well, once she got our phone number, she got our name because it was on the caller ID. And guess what? When she didn't like us anymore, we said something or did something in a video that she didn't like. She went straight into the comments section, posted my name, my first name, last name, and phone number. Fortunately, I caught it within 30 seconds and bounced her. But put your name, not your first name because you're going to use your first name, but your last name in the blocked section. Okay, that said, this next one should not be that big of a surprise then. Put your address in the blocked section. Mic drop, bam. Put your address in the blocked section. Okay? That means that if she's typing along and goes, Brad so and so who lives at da 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 da, it will never show to the general public.
Yeah, no, you'll be the only person that'll see it.
Yep. So put your address in the blocked section, or if it's like a common thing, if it's a common word, then you may have to, like if you lived at 123 Main Street, you may have to fiddle around with that and see what you've got to do, but block it, block it, block it, block it. The other thing is put your phone number in as a blocked word. Just put your phone number. If it's 123, 123, 1234, put that in as a blocked word, okay? And that way, if they want to be dorks, they can't. They can't. So those few tips right there, guys, are going to get rid of 80% of your stupid people. Okay, what was that saying? Most advisable to get a P.O. box. Yes. Yes, j'attends. If you guys are going to be out there in the public eye, don't have people mail stuff to your house, okay? You may think people are cool, and they might be for a while, but what you're going to find out is that people can turn on you like that.
Yeah, especially on the internet when you don't really know them.
No, I agree. I mean, we've had people that they loved us, loved us, loved us, loved us, and then all of a sudden they found out that we raise rabbits and we use them for food, and then they're like, "Oh, PETA will rain hellfire on you," and then they just hate you, you know. So, and you'll be like, "Whoa, what just happened? Why is this person sending fiery daggers at me?" Yes, instant stalkers.
Oh no, Off Grid Nation has my home address.
Bizarriza jizza. Well, you'll find that there are people that you can trust. However, you've got to be careful. And well, let's just say this. What happens if all of a sudden I said something and Tommy and I had a big falling out and he hated me? He has all my personal information.
Yep.
He could put it in a chat, he could put it out. I mean, he could do whatever he wanted with it. I mean, he has a channel, so he could actually make a channel and make a video, be like, this person's his information is here, and I would have to actually get with YouTube and have them block it, which they will, but it'll take time.
And by that time, everybody will already know.
Exactly. So those few tips, guys, are going to get rid of most of those people. Block all the foul language you can think of, because that's going to get rid of most of the trolls right there. Number 2, block your own last name. Put it in the blocked words so nobody could go, here's such and such's last name. Bam. Block your own address, your physical address. Get a P.O. box. And also block any words that might be personal to you. Um,
Somebody asked, does the person that got blocked because of the words they were using know that they got blocked?
oh yeah. No, let's just say that this person, this psycho person, they were how I found out that they didn't like me anymore is they were on somebody else's channel, and I just happened to be watching the other channel, and they were trash talking me on the other channel. So what I did instead of being a jerk online, I picked up the phone and I said, "Why are you trashing me on this channel?" I was like, "What have I done that I thought we were friends?" And then this person tried to lie, 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 and I literally started reading their comment. I think I was called sewage. That was among the nicer things that they called me was
Yeah.
sewage, human sewage, and that was like nice. And so I asked him, and I was like, "I'm reading your comment. How is this not sticking me in the back and completely offensive in any way?" And they couldn't answer it. So that was that. What if your last name is a common use word? Then you're going to have to figure that out on your own. You're totally going to have to do that. Recycled cottage and garden. But one or two things, guys, two things. Also make sure that you put your phone number in as a blocked word. Okay? So if, for example, your phone number is 123 123 1234, put that in as a blocked word. That way nobody can just throw it up on the internet, right? Um, what was the other thing? Oh, doggone. We were just talking about it. Oh man, what if your name is a common used word? You're gonna have to figure that out and test it out. Block names of where you work. That's an excellent idea, Brad. But you do have to kind of figure some of that stuff out. Just because if it's a common word, what I do not know, and this would be interesting. So if anybody actually knows this, I would love to hear the answer to it. In the blocked word section, I do not know if it uses individual words or if it's a phrase that is separated by the comma. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if somebody tried to use um, 1234 space Main Street, comma, if that's just 1234 Main Street, or if it's Main and street, it can't be that way. It's got to be considered a phrase.
Yeah.
It can't be. Do you put the
The
dash
dash.
in the phone number? I don't, or you could put it both ways. It ain't gonna hurt. Put it in both ways.
Does this mean you aren't answering when I ask
Ah,
for my phone number?
XZKT. No, and there's one of the folks that we've trusted enough to even say, "Come on over to the house," which has happened. It's happened a couple times, but very rarely. And there's one folk uh, who's good people and trusted enough to come over, knows where we live. Jaton, on the phone number, do you black it different ways? Yes, yes, absolutely. Because think about it, it ain't gonna matter. I mean, if somebody put in, I mean, what are the odds that you're gonna get that random number that somebody's like, it's gonna be important to something in a comment? It's just not, you know. So put it in different ways. I think that's an excellent idea. JM at the Nut House. I have several YouTube people I talk to all the time on the phone. Yeah. Well, and actually, there's one way I didn't even realize it. The other day, I was chatting with Tim Beverly on the phone, and it was because my wife saw that he's been helping us out with some mechanical issues. Which thank you, Tim. We are so grateful. Um, but he's been helping us out with some mechanical issues because we've got a problem with our Ford, and Mama just said, "Well, he's online right now. Why don't you call him through YouTube?" And I was like, "Well, why don't I just pick up the phone?" She goes, "Well, he's on. You click this button right here, and it calls through the internet, but it calls directly to him." And I was talking through the internet without using phone numbers at all. And we just did it because it was convenience. But if you had somebody that you didn't really know just that well yet, that would be a very, very convenient way to keep your number private. So, Danny, where's my wife? My wife is picking up my son Jonathan, who is getting his driver's permit. He's at the driver's school, and I think he's taking a test right now. And so she'll be in just a little bit, but I think she said she didn't want to chatted up tonight. So Claire's Wonder Woman. I didn't realize all the work it takes to put out videos. Yes, it does. Oh man. All right. Facebook or use Skype. You can do that too. Tim, me too. I'm so very thankful for those folks. Truly. Like, oh, that's very kind. Oh, thanks, Bizza Jizza. Stay off those sidewalks, no doubt there. So, okay. I hope you've got those tips, guys, because honestly, those tips, even though there's only like 4 or 5 of them, that's going to get rid of 80% of your online drama. It just won't happen. It just won't be there.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. And I think I just heard a car door. So they should be, well, yeah, they've been gone. They should be home by now. Okay. So moving on, and actually, you know what? We'll give you a pause here. Does anybody have any questions about that before we move on? We've got some super cool YouTube changes that are coming up. One that I'm not so sure is going to be cool. We will see. Got to
Stay
clean
off
the
the
palate.
sidewalks.
Yeah. Yep. So, let's see. Great tips I may not have thought of. And Bizza Jizza, the only reason why I had thought of that is because we have been thrown under the bus. And I would, oh yeah, J0. I would not have thought of that unless somebody had actually posted my personal information up there. And I was like, how can this be? How do I get rid of that? Oh, you block it. Is there something about no young people under 18? You can do that. You can make your channel restricted to 18 and up. But the question is, why? I mean, are you just trying to get rid of potential trolls? Because unfortunately, there are more young trolls than there are old trolls.
Yeah, the thing with that too, though, is if you make it only 18 and over, a lot of 18 and under people are your majority of people that are going to be watching, depending on what your topic is.
Yeah, not in the homestead world.
No.
No. In what we do, it's very rare that we'll have somebody who has their own account who is under 18. We have all the time, though, families that'll watch the shows together or watch the videos, and they tell us all the time. They're like, oh, we love it when you have the animals, and our kids will go around saying yada yada yippee skippy, and it's cool. It's like really neat. So it's like, oh, and it's really weird, man. I'll tell you what, every once in a while now, we'll be out at Walmart or doing whatever we're doing, and somebody will go,
I know you.
and they'll come over like, I love your videos. And it kind of startles you at first because it's like, whoa, so this person's like running up to me. So
Brad, I mean on your live stream, can you make it just for
yes, you can. Yeah, you can. To answer Dolphin Man's question, you can make your live stream 18 and up if you so desired. You can also, if you have an account in good standing, I don't do this, and I don't think I ever will have a need to do this. But if you were, I don't know, you can lease the content. You can have people say, okay, I'm going to be in this live chat, and I'll give them $5 to be in this live chat, and then so that but they don't have access to it forever. So there's that feature, which is kind of cool. I just don't think I would ever use it. Okay, let's see.
A lot of kids say are over 18 on their accounts, which is, yeah, that's true.
That is true. A lot of kids will lie about it. Lewis, yeah. License plate, social security number. See, now the social security numbers where I kind of get into like a little bit of I don't think I'm going to put that up on mine, just because YouTube is a website that is hackable, just like every other website on the planet. And I don't want to put that out there, even if it's just on their quote secured servers. I'm gonna go with no. The last 4 digits, maybe. I mean, I could see that as a security precaution. Of course, then, what if your digits are 1, 2, 3, 4?
My kids like saying that is nasty wasty when something's yucky. Thanks, Brad.
But Tawana, do you know where I got it from? Does anybody know where I got the nasty wasty skunk thing from? You don't tell.
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Oh, you got to know where I got the nasty wasty skunk thing,
I have
right?
no idea.
Last four are used everywhere though. That's true. Anyone? I'm gonna wait to see if anybody got the nasty wasty skunk. Pictures in your background. Be careful. Oh, I know.
Oh yeah.
Except those are the Beatles. Hey, go grab that. That's actually really cool. Bugs Bunny is not correct. The nasty wasty skunk thing. This is really cool, guys. If you guys are Beatles fans, check out what I got. It's the actual first radio release single that they released in the United States. Pretty cool indeed. Farm Alarm is correct. It is the Grinch. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. You really are a heel. Yeah, I think he's your nasty wasty skunk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Grinch. Mr. Grinch. You're a sauerkraut and toadstool sandwich with arsenic sauce. So, okay, I think we've gotten our questions answered for the blocked words.
Yeah.
Now, on to one of two major YouTube changes. The first one's not going to, I really don't think it's going to matter that much, but the next one will. And then there's actually a third one. You know what? We're going to start with this one. Then we're going to go to, was it this? Which was it?
Yeah.
Write the rest of it there. Okay. Grinch fingers. Okay. The first one is this. For those of you who have YouTube channels and you've gone, oh, cool, what's fan funding? And you click on it and you go, oh, wow. So if people like your videos, they can go, yeah, I'll click and give you $5 or whatever it is that they do. And that's kind of cool. I always put it like, hey, if you got $1 and you really don't, need it and you want somebody else to have it, we'd appreciate it. But don't think you have to. We've always been very, very, very cautious about making sure that people don't think that we're just going, hey, we'd really like all your money, because that's not the case.
Nope.
But the fan funding thing, I think it's been used in our website 3 times. 3 times. And it's been a huge blessing. However, fan funding is going bye-bye. The end of February this year, 2017, there will no longer be fan funding. Fan funding is going away. Now, I don't think that's really a big deal, and I'll tell you why. First of all, YouTube, Google, takes a big cut of what people give you as a donation. So if somebody says, boy, Brad, I really appreciate your video on wheatgrass, it changed my life, and they're like, I want to give you $20, okay? Then YouTube takes a big chunk of that, okay? So, wait, a guy with 20,000 subs on a stream yesterday said he got one donation in like 4 years. Yeah, it doesn't really happen. It doesn't really happen that much. And everyone is using Patreon, and I was going to talk to you about that. Yes, the thing is that YouTube, Google, they take a big cut. And every time, I would forget that we actually had it out there and somebody'd give like $20 or something. And I'd be like, oh man, I forgot to take that down. Because I just feel bad that it's a misallocation of the funds. I think it's bad stewardship.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so for them, excuse me, to take such a big cut, I didn't think it was fair to the fan. And yes, Patreon is a way for folks to ongoing keep your videos going or whatever. There's different ways you can do it where people just say, I really like your content and I want to give you $1 a month. And you go, thank you. And then every month they ask the person who's, giving the money, hey, do you still like these people? Do you still want to give them $1? And they go, yeah, or no. And so you get money and it goes up and down, and it's generally people that are they're just fans. They just really want you to keep going. They want to support you, and they're not being coerced in any way. They're not being Nintendo Lunchbox. Is it pronounced patron or Patreon? I actually have no idea.
It's Patreon.
Patreon? Then they shouldn't have spelled it like that because it's goofy. Yeah, see, marketing people at Patreon, whatever.
You become a patron when
At
you join
Patreon.
at Patreon.
So if you're patronizing many channels, is that how that works?
Apparently.
Yeah. PayPal has a donate button. They only take 3%. Yes. And even Patreon takes a cut, guys. Or Patronus. Expecto. Leamus.
Yes, I do have a peanut shirt.
Shufflin. So, but they all take a cut. They all take a cut. It was just very shocking how much Google took, and Lewis is asking how much, and I don't remember. I just remember going, "Whoa, that seems like far too much for them just to go." Okay, thanks.
Yeah. GoFundMe does the same.
Yeah, they all take a cut. It's part of the deal, but it's just, if you're gonna have any one of those things, I think the best one we've found that seems the most honorable to the people that are giving gifts is Patreon.
Yeah.
And speaking of Patreon, here I just happen to have a logo there, thingy. So, nice segue. Yeah. But I think they do the best at making sure that they keep a small cut, and they actually allow you to make different levels where if somebody says, you know what, I want to really support you guys and I want to give you $25 a month or even $50 a month. And you can say, well, okay, if you want to do that, I'll send you 10 bars of soap every month and blah, 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 and stuff that I make. So then they're getting something, not only are they supporting your videos, but they're getting something in exchange.
Yeah, they're getting something a little extra.
Yeah, and you can set those things up. For example, Claire knits, or not knits, crochets.
And knits.
She's crocheting right now. And if she so desired, she could put those things up and say, hey, if you'd like to help me out, I'll send you a hat every 3 months or something like that.
Yeah.
If you hit these benchmarks so that it's worth her time and everybody benefits, and it's kind of a cool thing. It's like, hey, if you could imagine, if it's like a band, if you like a specific band and you want them to keep making music, and you're like, yeah, I'll give you $10 if you keep coming out with tunes, and then the band goes, wow, that's really sweet. Yeah, I'll tell you what, if you do that for 6 months, when the record comes out, you get one for free or whatever, and that's how it works. So it's kind of a cool thing. So I don't do things that take money out automatically. Well, Donna, trust me. And there are ways you can make a single donation if you're just like, hey, I don't want to forget about this.
Yeah.
And we don't do auto payments either because I'll forget about it. That's exactly it. If you have Patreon, how do you know who is giving? All of that information is on there. So if somebody goes on and says, yeah, we'll give you $1 a month, and we'll do it for 6 months or whatever it is, right? Whatever they've decided. Then their email address pops up. But there is also another cool thing about Patreon. I can make content, I can make videos that I make private that only they can see.
Yeah. That's a really good feature too, because that way you're getting extra content and you're getting kind of behind the scenes.
Which we do. I need to do it more, but we do. I need to do it a lot more, to be honest. But we do. And so they can see all this extra content. And there's a whole separate chat there. So, like, if you're a Patreon person, and you can be like, hey, Brad, love the video on such and such. And then that goes directly to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I can directly respond to you. So it's actually another line of communication. So anyway, done with Patreon for now. If you have any other questions, I'll answer them, but we're going to move on because I want to get to the goodies, and I don't want to miss out. So, okay, next thing is this. Who has heard of that? Focus. Creator on the Rise. Anybody heard of the Creator on the Rise video yet? Because YouTube is trying to figure out ways to benefit the smaller and medium-sized channels to find their audience and kind of come up a little bit quicker instead of just supporting the big mega channels, okay? And what they're doing is they're getting ready to launch this thing called Creator on the Rise, and you can Google it, there's articles on it. But bottom line is this. If you guys like the Big Family Homestead content, you can go on there and say, we want to see more Big Family Homestead, and then they'll put us into a queue, okay? And then if enough of you guys do, they kind of rocket your way up through so more people get to see you instead of just promoting the big Roman Atwoods and the Casey Neistats and all the mega channels. So it gives a small channel or a medium-sized channel a chance of getting up there, which before they really never did.
And something they've started doing before January 31st too is in the trending page, they have not a link, but a bar that has Creator on the Rise, and then they have the channel with a couple of their videos on it too.
Right. And so if you see that in any of the new stuff, they're beta testing it right now, guys. I feel the program is flawed, though. I agree coping with the times. But, you know, it's one of those things that YouTube changes stuff so dang often that it's like, use it while you can because it might not be there in a month. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but if you see it, they're beta testing it right now. They're saying that they're going to roll it out on the 31st across the board. Right now, they've just got a bunch of beta testers. But what it's going to be is it's on the toolbars, right? Or on a video.
Yeah, it's on if you go to the trending page, it'll be on there.
Yeah.
Underneath some videos.
And so if all of a sudden you see content that you like just saying, if Big Family Homestead showed up, you'd be like, these guys are great. And that would really help out because it's the way I'm thinking of it is like, instead of getting one view, it would be like getting 100 views in one shot because they're kind of trying to cultivate new talent is what they're doing. And the reason why is because they really, really messed up a lot of their algorithms lately. And a lot of people have been getting unsubbed. A lot of big channels are taking huge, huge hits and they're crying about it. And I'm like, okay, sorry, you know, who's the guy? PewDiePie.
He has 50 million subscribers.
Yeah, you know, I have a hard time feeling real bad for a guy who makes like $2 million every month.
Just on YouTube.
But when he sees a $500,000 drop in that $2 million a month, or even, you know, then he's taking note. And so what's happening is there's this struggle because the big channels are like, don't change anything, don't change anything. And all the little channels are going, and the medium channels are going, why can't we have a shot? You've stacked the deck against us.
Yeah.
You know? Coping with the times. Also, comments, ratings, and shares become so important. Now they do. They never did before. And that's the thing. Coping with the times is exactly right. Now we need to start asking for people to comment, asking for them to share. Because in the past, YouTube has only cared about two things, and that is views and watch time. That's how they rated everything. And that's how those big, big channels stayed there because they had massive views and massive watch time. So it never gave the medium channels or the small channels a fair shake. And so now you absolutely have to get people to engage because now they're going to start rating it and they haven't before. Okay. So that's a good thing for our channels. That's a good thing for everybody on this chat. All right. So Creator on the Rise. Here's the biggest mic drop that's come out for a long time from YouTube. I've got my note. I wish all the big channels would go away.
I feel weird asking people to comment, like, and share and all of that.
Who said that?
Mama Cat.
Mama Cat, here's the thing. The people that are watching your channel, the people that are watching your content, they're there for a reason. They're there because they like you. I mean, you're going to have a percentage of people that are just cruising by and they don't really care. And those are the ones that are going to make the snotty comments anyway. And you don't care about them. You care about your core audience and you want to build that core audience. But if you just got snotty people making snotty comments, just let them go. See ya.
Yeah.
And so if somebody's, if somebody's interested in making sure that you do well and your content does well, if I like that content, me as a viewer, I'm going to go, well, yeah, I want to subscribe. I want to comment. I like and share. And me in our channel, we do it very quickly and it's intentional. Okay. I'll say just within, I don't take more than 5, maybe 10 seconds in a video. If I ask at all, I'll say, hey, you guys, you know what? If you don't mind, like and share and subscribe. It really, really helps our family out and we're super grateful. Bam. That's it. That's all I do. We don't belabor it. We don't talk for 30 seconds or minutes because I don't want to be talked to like that. And if somebody gave me good content, if I'm watching good content and I'm sitting down going, yeah, you know what? These people deserve a like. These people deserve sometimes you just need to remind them. It's not like you're throwing it in their face.
They're getting something from the video you provide, i.e. knowledge, entertainment, etc. The
Yeah.
least folks can do, give it a thumbs up and maybe say a couple words.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. And not everybody's going to do that. And that's okay. But now it's going to matter to the channels a lot more.
Yeah.
So, okay. If you have other questions, keep asking them, but it's almost quarter till, and I want to make sure that we go on over to full spectrum survival. But before we do, the biggest new YouTube feature, dun dun dun. Who knows about Super Chat?
I do.
Did you?
Yeah, I heard earlier.
Super Chat, guys. And no, it's not a superhero that comes and destroys trolls with one thought. That'd be nice, though. Super Chat. Okay, here's the scoop. YouTube is getting rid of fan funding. And what they're replacing it with is Super Chat. And Super Chat is gonna, and I don't honestly, okay, I'm processing this with you guys because I learned about it 3 days ago. Oh, and wait a minute, here, I have a graphic for you. Pew, Super Chat. What it is YouTube is now going to start allowing during live streams, and I gotta stop right here because I don't know how I feel about it. I'm not sure I think it's a good idea. And I'll tell you why. But what they're gonna do is they're gonna allow people who are watching a live stream to donate money to get their comments seen and prioritized. So what that means, guys, is let's say that right now Super Chat was working in this live chat. There would be a little dollar sign or whatever their icon would be, and you'd be able to go, oh, cool. I want Brad to answer my question, or I want everybody to see my statement. And so you could go, yes, I'm going to click on that and I'm going to give you $5. And in exchange, your pay to play, exactly right, Tim Beverly. That's exactly what it is. It's pay to pin a comment. Pay to pin a comment. And that's what it is. So if you wanted to go ahead and have something that the whole world saw or a question you wanted me to see, then it's going to line up right there and it's going to be prioritized based on how much money you gave. And it's also going to time out. So, like, let's say that you give $1, it may only stay up there for 10 seconds. I don't know what it is, so don't quote me on any of this. But obviously, if you give $5 or $10, it's gonna stay up there longer. Now, I don't know how I feel about it. It smells funny,
Fishy.
you know. It smells like what you're going to have is a bunch of trolls, and probably government paid trolls, to go on to live chats and push an agenda. And that to me would derail the whole reason for doing a live chat.
It doesn't make a ton of sense at this level because they're enticing big channels to stream here on YouTube rather than the other sites that already have a similar program.
And he's right. However, coping with the times, I'm going to repeat that. It doesn't make a ton of sense at this level, but they're enticing big channels to stream here on YouTube. And the reason why, guys, I'm getting the sense that the reason why all of this is happening is YouTube is trying to get everybody to a pay system, and they can't quite figure it out. They're trying to get more and more people on YouTube Red. They're trying to get more and more people off of the way they've been doing it, so that they've got some kind of money in the game, some kind of skin in the game all the time, and that makes me nervous.
Yeah.
That makes me nervous big time. JM, they're going to make more money off creators. Yes, you better believe they're going to take a cut of that. Brad Talby, their red flopped. Well, it's still flopping. It's still alive. It's not doing well, but it is still alive. It just makes me real nervous. Tanya Wolf Finn, who gets this money? I'm sure that YouTube takes a cut, and then the creator gets a bigger cut. I don't like the offers they have so far, this YouTube Red thing. No, I agree. And that makes me nervous, man. It makes me nervous because it's clear that they're trying to figure out more ways to monetize this content. Now, the problem is they're already getting just a truckload of money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the advertising, think about this, guys. Okay, think about this for just a second. Back when we used to watch TV, remember that?
Yeah.
And you would watch 20 minutes of your show, and then they would have like 4 minutes of commercials, right? So you'd watch 20 minutes, and then you'd have to endure 4 minutes of commercials, and then you would get to watch on again, right? Well, nobody really thought that was that big of a deal until all of a sudden this internet thing happened. And now I can just sit down and watch anything I want, as much as I want. And that was cool. And everyone went, victory. And then they figured it out that it was always going to be advertiser driven, right? So what happened? Now you get to like watch 1 or 2 minute videos, and then they slap a new advertising on there.
Like a 4-minute, 30-second video.
Yeah. And now they've gotten us used to watching more commercials than we had when we were on cable TV. And so that's really, really funny. I'm surprised that I haven't seen an ad pop up during your live stream. And Robert, I have no control over that. I have no control over that. Cable TV was supposed to be ad free when it came out. Yeah. Saturday morning cartoons and commercials. Yeah, we'll be right back. And that's the thing. We've gotten so conditioned that now we watch more advertising than we did before. Mm-hmm. And now they're trying to do it even more. So it's kind of making me go, YouTube. Okay, I'm going to pause here. Because in a free market system, somebody always figures out a better way to make the YouTube of the world go, whoa, that was a bad idea. Because there's always a better widget, a gadget. Somebody always comes up with a better idea. If there's money involved and there's freedom involved, you're going to find somebody who's going to make a better mousetrap, and it's only a matter of time. Mm-hmm. And so, do not kid yourself, guys. Every video I've made, I've got over 800 and something, like 800 and blah, blah, blah videos. I have them all in their original format. And the second I find something that looks good, I'm going to put them all everywhere we can go. If there's more freedom and there's more authority over my content, and there's, it's just how it is. The free market works. What's up, Barry? What up, G? The easiest way to support your favorite channels is to watch the ads. Yeah, but you don't have to watch them all, man. They're a pain. I wouldn't. I'll tell you what. One cool thing that a friend of our channel said that he does, and I thought this was just so neat. Lewis, yeah, that's a big hard drive. It's actually 3.
3 big hard drives.
3 2 terabyte drives. um, a friend of our channel said, you know what? I realized, watching the videos supports you guys. So what he does, and I can't even believe he does this. He says, I leave my computer on all day. So why don't I just find your biggest playlist and I put it on repeat? He's got his computer on anyway. He's already paying for his streaming. It's not going to cost him a penny that he's already not spending. And so he just lets my content play all day long when he's not there, when he's at work. And I thought, what a cool dude. I thought, man, I appreciate that. But in the reality is it wasn't going to cost him anything more. It's just a really cool buddy thing to do.
Yeah.
And sharing helps. Yes, that's a good friend. Yeah, good idea. So find the people you like and just hit their playlist. Bam. Let it roll for 8 hours if you're at work. If you're not going to turn your computer off, it's not going to cost you anything anymore. Oh my goodness. We have, oh my gosh, 8 minutes and change. Try sitting through a 6-minute commercial. Oh my gosh.
I've seen a 20-minute.
24-minute commercial. Yeah. It's like the SETI project. I was afraid people would be advertising or making nasty comments that would not be taken down. Yeah.
You've got to be careful with that as well. Things like that are why Wrangler Star isn't Wrangler Barn anymore. For internet.
I don't understand what that means.
I don't either.
Things like that are why Wrangler Star isn't Wrangler Barn. I've been watching Wrangler Star for years. I don't ever remember being Wrangler Barn, but maybe I wasn't paying attention like 3-4 years ago. Was he Wrangler Barn first?
Maybe, I don't remember.
Not that he did anything wrong. No, I'm not. I'm not insinuating. I'm reading just because I don't know this. I've never heard this. Okay. Yeah, I've seen the commercial movies. Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are.
That's lame.
I think the longest I've seen is a 6 or 7-minute ad.
He used to be Wrangler Barn before Homestead. Huh.
6 or 7 years ago.
Yeah, that was before I was interested in this. That's actually when we kind of got started in homesteading at all.
You were in a Jeep wrecking yard.
That's interesting.
That's kind of cool.
I never would have thought that, to be honest. I always thought that he was just a volunteer firefighter guy and he liked doing stuff with homesteading. Not that it matters. I have nothing but respect for him. I really enjoy his videos.
Yeah, me too.
I really do.
How long, if we watch a commercial, would you get some more change? Is it 30 seconds?
It depends. They measure everything, Tana, and it's the longer anybody watches anything. But don't listen. I'm telling you, don't stomach your way through these things. There's going to be enough people that do. So yeah, who's Wrangler Star? That's pretty funny. See, you got me off track now. Okay. There's enough people that are going to be watching the content where you don't need to do that. Do what you normally do. I would never advocate for somebody to sit and watch commercials so I made an extra 4 cents. That's horrible.
Hi, Jeanette.
On network TV, a half-hour program is actually only about 20 minutes long. Yeah, because they account for the commercial time. Oh, wait, who was asking us about the live stream? Oh, we don't have time now.
Oh, they were
Was it Bizariza?
Yeah, they were asking how to set it up. I think it was Bizariza.
Bizariza, I'm writing this down as we will go through it next week, no matter what. Live
Wrangler
stream. Start to finish. Start to finish. There's my note for next week. There it is. We will get to it. I apologize. I get talking, man. You know what happens? I get talking.
Barry asked if he should start a Patreon.
Barry?
Yeah.
Empty Hammock Barry?
Yeah.
Well, he's doing that for the benefit of the crowd because he and I have had this chat and I've told him he should. I told you, Barry. I think he should. And if you guys know the Empty Hammock channel, He's a really gifted film producer, and he makes these great things. But just like everybody else in the world, he's got to pay the bills, and it would be really nice if he could actually have some folks that helped him just get along the way. You know what I mean? Bluegrass Bound Homestead. Hey, Wrangler who? Yeah, right.
Just feeling the water.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, guys, we've got T minus 4 minutes and change, and we're gonna go on over to I need my explosions. Full spectrum survival. He's cool. We did a live thing,
Mm-hmm.
and it was awesome. He's a really good interviewer. He really is.
Can I upload content while I also live streaming something else 24/7?
Yes, absolutely you can. It will slow down your internet. So like if, I mean, you can, what we found is when you're uploading content, guys, that is the biggest bandwidth hog that you have. You know, um, it's going to take the biggest lion's share. Downloading, you can get a lot more bandwidth than you can going up. So just keep that in mind. LOL, yeah, I'm at work. Yeah.
Do you upload it?
Do your uploads at night. You could. I don't. I just do it because we have pretty fast internet. So even like a 10-minute video, if I put up a 10-minute video, it might only take an hour. And that's full HD.
I met Cody once. He didn't have much to say to me. Jessica talked to me for a while, though.
That's cool.
Copywriting content, future topic.
Copywriting, we've done that a lot.
We did that last week quite a bit.
And for like the past 3 weeks. So breakaway. If you want to know more about that, you may have to wait a few weeks because we beat that horse to death for the last bit.
Yeah.
And people are like, no more copywriting.
We got
it. So anyway, kids, you guys have an awesome night. We're going to be here next week, and we're going to start out with live streaming. We'll get to other stuff, but we will do with live streaming. And thank you, Claire, for being here,
no
fielding
problem.
questions. Time to rock on over to Full Spectrum Survival. Wait, we need some flashy. Full Spectrum. Yes, I am that immature. Okay. You guys have a great night. Peace out. Bye. Oops, not that. No, we can leave that up. That's a good one. No. This one. Bye.